What's going on, guys? ChumpChangeXD here. Welcome back to the ChumpChange channel. I want to get this thing running. It's been killing me. Literally, this card's been sitting on my desk in my studio for roughly 2 weeks now. All right, so let's get this card installed right here. All we have to do is unscrew these, and take out these little guards they got here. So it'll open the space for the ports right here in front of the card. Take off this little rubber guard. That looks awesome. All right, so next thing we gotta do, so let's take this shield off and let's see if we can install the M.2. All right, so I took it off. This is an actual heat sink. So it has double-sided like thermal tape on the back of this thing. That's amazing. So I guess I'll install the M.2 and then I will peel and stick this to there. And we'll see what happens. All right, she's fully installed and I peeled off the sticker. So I also peeled off the one that was on the carbon. Let me pull this off, or I guess rip it completely. That's good too. What the hell? Well, that's not a huge pain in the butt. Are you kidding me? There we go. All right. Awesome. So now, I guess all I have to do is plug in the GPU. So let's do that. You guys will see that done in 1 second. Kind of tough to see, but the VGA cable comes right up and plugs in. I think the last thing to do is to plug it in. So let's give it a shot. That's a dedicated 15 amp circuit. Obviously this is just to test, because typically I wouldn't plug my computer in right above the sink. That's just not smart. Then I gotta hook up the display. So let's put the HDMI right here, and that goes over to that monitor. We got a few more things to peel off. Let's do this and this. Then let's peel off the fan centers. All right, I think she's all unwrapped. We should be good to go. All right, hope for the best. Wow, look at that card. Wow, that is awesome looking. Look at the motherboard. That's so cool. All right, so she opened up right into the BIOS, and I don't know anything about this motherboard, so I'm gonna do some research. Just want to read the book a little bit. I don't know, just see if there's anything I'm supposed to turn off or on. I'll have to double check all that, but I think for right now, I'm gonna go grab a mouse and keyboard so I can set it up right here. Basically exit out of the BIOS because I can always get back into it. Yeah, let's start this thing up. I wanna see what shows up on the CPU reader, if anything does. So yeah, give me a second, let me go grab that stuff. All right, so we ran into a little dilemma. You guys just saw me plug that mouse in with this on, wiggle the mouse, computer wouldn't come back on. So the screen was black just like it is now. restarted the rig, and now it will not post into BIOS on the screen like it did plugged into the GPU. So what I was advised to do, which I already did off camera, but I will do it on camera again, HDMI, and I need to unplug this right here, the riser. So it's either I need to update the NVIDIA driver because this GPU is no longer posting, or something's up with this 16 ribbon that I got for the riser, and maybe I'll just put a 1X and call it a day. Yeah, that's really all I could think of. So I'll unplug that. I'll leave the card powered because it doesn't really matter. It doesn't come on unless this is actually plugged into the motherboard. So let's give it another shot. In addition to that, actually, once I was getting it to post, that slot you guys saw me put the M.2 in right here is actually not for a SATA. It is only for an SSD. So I had to put it in the third slot. So if you guys can see right here, there's a slot for another M.2. That's where I had to move it to. It's kind of tough to see, but again, that's what I had to do. So now I have the machine actually posting in Windows, which is good. I do need to set up the keyboard, so let's open this up just before we fire the computer up again, because I've never opened this keyboard. I have absolutely no idea if it's any good. I think I got a pretty good deal on it, and I bought it actually more than a couple months ago at this point. It's probably been at least 6 months. Jeez, there's a lot of stuff in here. All right, so it's got the wrist board, and it has replacement keys, so you can change out the, I assume the hotkeys for when you're gaming. That's kind of neat. All right, let me move all this stuff aside and we'll open it up and look at it. So there she is. Nice little keyboard, actually. Surprisingly, this thing also has a secondary USB port, and it's got this little scrolly wheel. I wonder if that's like turn volume up and down, because it's got like a mute button right next to it. But what I wanted to show you is this has, obviously, one is just a pass-through port and the other one goes to the keyboard to control that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to plug the mouse into the keyboard itself to see how that works. And I'm going to plug this USB directly into the back of the motherboard right here. That should work. All right, now let's plug in this mouse. See, I got this wired mouse for out here in the workshop, and now I'm kind of regretting not getting a wireless one. So I will probably end up getting a wireless mouse. But I think I spent like $20 on this. It was super cheap, so I grabbed it. I think it was like refurbished or whatever. All right, so we got mouse plugged in to the keyboard, keyboard plugged in to the actual computer. The GPU is unplugged, as you guys just saw me do. The M.2 SATA has been moved down to the third slot, so Windows will post. So let's start this thing up. Obviously, the GPU is not gonna come on, but everything else came on. We should see the screen in just a second. The light just changed. HDMI is posting, so that means she should be coming on. Look at how crazy that logo is. It makes me think something's wrong, but it's not. It's just like a weird sketched out logo. All right, Windows posted, so let me get into this and let's update this driver, shall we? Totally forgot. I need to get this Wi-Fi adapter to register. As you guys can see, it's plugged in. I have absolutely no idea why it doesn't register, so I'm going to restart and basically just get into the BIOS. So give me 1 second. Gonna restart this. And then spam the delete key, and I wanna see if there is something we can do to get into that. Okay. Let me pick around here and I will be back in a second. Alright, so this thing's being a pain in my butt. So I'm watching some videos. I'll link down below if anyone's having this same issue. This is coming up as a generic Bluetooth adapter. And obviously because I am not connected to Wi-Fi in any way, obviously because that's not working, I can't update the driver for that. So I'm going to have to open up this case here. This is the case I took camping, and this has the Wi-Fi stick that I used there inside of it. So I guess what we're going to do now is plug in the Wi-Fi stick, and you can see it just popped up. So now let's go over here and look at that. I have Wi-Fi choices. Okay, so let me update the driver for this thing, because if you go, let me just show you real quick, right? Click on this. Look, it says Windows has stopped this device because it has reported problems, code 43. No one likes code 43. So, yeah, I'm gonna connect to the internet and we're gonna try to fix this thing, and then we'll be back. Give me a second. All right, successfully updated. Now I'm gonna close that. I'm gonna X this out. Oh wow, that popped up, and what do you know? I think it's there now. So what I'm going to do is, let's just see, I'm just gonna pull it out. Oh. And as I pulled it out, I pushed right on the reset button like a complete jackass. Alright, let's get this thing booted up and see if she works now. There we go. And she's now working. So anybody having an issue with a Bluetooth Wi-Fi antenna, that's the problem. You need to update the driver for it inside Windows 10 as soon as it's connected. Let's get the driver updated, see if we can get this thing to work. Alright, so I have a feeling that we should probably do all of these window updates. Yeah, we have quite the list that we should be going through. So I'm gonna update Windows. This is probably gonna take 7 hours. Jeez, like look at this. Literally preparing to install all of this stuff. So let's get this all installed, and then I will restart as needed and pray that plugging the riser back in will register this card. And then if that doesn't work, then I'll try to update the drivers, but I really don't think it matters if you update the driver if this card isn't installed, because it needs to install it to the card as well as the PC, if I'm not mistaken. I thought you had to have it plugged in to update the driver, but hey, I could be wrong. So either way, let's get this thing situated. It is at 93% on the first one, and yeah, that's really all I can do is just update everything and hopefully it goes well. So let's do that and we'll go from there. And then I gotta figure out how to get this thing to read the CPU temp. I assume that's inside BIOS, but I need to read the manual. Or I'll just call max voltage, because he'll just give me the answer in 5 seconds instead of me hunting around for it. All right, it says we're up to date. So now I need to plug this guy in because I want to get this GPU working. So let me shut this down and we will do just that. All right, so I'm just gonna plug this riser ribbon back in. So this riser ribbon right here, it's actually a 16X riser. Your traditional like GPU risers from, you know, say GPUrisers.com, they're 1X risers. So now that we plug that in, let's give it a shot. Actually, you know what? I'm going to try and put the HDMI back into the card. Oh, I hope this posts. Nice. Damn it. All right, well, that's that. Let's take out the HDMI and just check. Let's just check. Let's see if it posts. Nothing. All right, let me mess around with this for a minute. So I tried this a few times. I'm going to swap the riser. Again, quick plug, thank you very much to GPUrisers.com and Vistang for sending over these risers. For those of you that don't know, because I haven't really mentioned it to anybody, we are going to be partnering up with GPUrisers.com and we are going to be doing a giveaway every other week. I haven't really decided how I'm going to do so, but that is definitely going to be happening. So again, thank you very much, GPUrisers.com. Let's throw this riser in this spot and see if that's the problem. I have a feeling it is this thermal take 16X ribbon. And then if for some reason this doesn't work, I guess we're just gonna have to disconnect it again, update the driver inside the actual computer, and then try it again. You know what though? I kind of want to update the driver first. You know what? Just before I throw this riser in and I take out that 16X ribbon, I'm gonna unplug this again, put it right back to where it was, how it was, just like that, not connected. I want to start this back up and I'm just going to try to update the driver without the card plugged in and see if it'll post after I do that. So let's give it a shot. What do we have to lose? Worst case, it doesn't work. I gotta take this out, replace it with the new riser, and then basically do it again. So let's see. At least I know the screen comes on when the GPU is not plugged in. For those of you that don't know, I did start a second YouTube channel. It is actually featured down below. It is CCXD Gaming and Crypto. So I am going to be basically live streaming on that at some point. But let's get to GeForce Experience and update the driver for this system. Give me a second, I'm gonna go do that and we'll be back. All right, so the 16X ribbon is out. Let's plug in the 1X. So this is my last and final attempt to get this thing working on camera, because it is driving me absolutely insane. But because I'm using a riser now, a 1X riser that is external, I need to power it with the 6-pin VGA, so that's what I'm doing. I ran another cord from here up to underneath where the riser is. Obviously the 2 8-pins on top of the card and the USB going into the main slot. So again, let's try it. Guys, wish me luck, because I'm gonna cry if this doesn't work. Please post. Please post. See that white light right there? Oh, screen's blue. Come on. Nope, not gonna post. Oh, all right, I don't know what the hell is going on. Yeah, I don't know. All right, let's unplug it again and get into the BIOS. I got it to post. Wow, that was an absolute pain in the ass. If you guys could only see my face right now. I guess you could, but I'm not gonna show you. Literally, this thing is driving me insane. I just got it to post after I changed a setting in the BIOS with the 1X riser. Now all of a sudden I put the 16X riser back in just to see how it works, because obviously it's a 16X. I want to have full power. I don't want to have a 1X if I don't need it. So I guess again I'm going to plug the GPU riser back in and let's see if it turns on. But yeah, I am completely lost. So let's do it a second time. All right, she is out again. Hopefully we can get this thing to post. Not ready for it. Please work. I really hope it's a 16X ribbon, but I guess we won't know until we see if it posts. Oh, come on. All right, I'm officially losing my mind, but I did get this to post. Now that I'm thinking about it, when I hot swapped in this riser cable. So I'm gonna give it a shot right now and show you guys what I did. Hopefully it works. Unplug the PCIe. Let's take the HDMI. We're gonna plug that into the motherboard. All right, now the graphics card is just gonna be powered. It's not gonna have any type of connection to the motherboard, so it won't affect the onboard graphics or anything like that. All right, let's fire this up. Obviously, fans and stuff are still gonna spin because the riser and the card are still powered, but the connection going to the motherboard is not. And see, it's posting, so that's fine. And if anybody knows what I'm doing wrong here, please leave it in the comments below because I am losing my mind slowly. All right, so I went to settings and then I went to advanced. And I went to integrated graphics configuration. IGD multi-monitor, I enabled that because it says it enables or disables the multi-screen output from integrated graphics and external graphics card. So I assume that means it makes both work. This was disabled initially, so I'm gonna put this back to disabled just to see. And I am going to, with this computer on, take this and I'm gonna plug this in. All right. And now I will save and exit, but I'm gonna keep this disabled. If I need to turn it back on and do it again, I will. All right, yep, that's what I changed. Yes, let's restart. And then after I restarted, I took the HDMI and I swapped it down to the graphics card real quick to see if it posts. And it is. Get out of here. What the hell is going on? I don't get it. Why does that work? Why does that work and not switching it like that doesn't? That's wild. All right, let me try to get this NVIDIA driver installed and we will go from there. All right, so right here, guys, I always do custom installation and then I check off perform a clean installation and install. All right, installation complete and the GPU is spinning, so that is a good sign that it actually took the installation. So now, let's go to device manager actually. Yes, wow, that was the biggest pain in the butt I've ever had to deal with. Well, there she is. I guess now we have to download a miner and see if this thing will actually mine, so I know that she's working properly. But I'm actually gonna save that for another video because this one took entirely too long. So hopefully next time you guys see me, I will figure out how to get this thing to register the CPU temps. I assume that's in the BIOS, but I could be wrong. And then, yeah, we'll do a hash rate test on this 3070 Ti. Again, I have never watched a video of anybody doing overclocks or testing on a 3070 Ti, so I am very interested to see what it can do myself. As always, guys, I appreciate you all for watching. Check out my second channel that I just created for gaming, and there's gonna be some YouTube shorts on there. I actually wanna create some starter videos for people that want to get into YouTube streaming and basically just taking the right steps and, you know, the proper measures to have somewhat of a successful channel. So if you guys are interested in that, please leave it in the comments below. But as always, I appreciate you all for watching. Please stay safe and I'll see you guys real soon.